The 12th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Nehemia.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my earphones. Find it's much easier to hear everybody when I have them on. Nothing fancy, just the ones they gave me on the plane.
Right, yeah.
Used to be they made it special connection so it Dafka didn't work. In anywhere else except in the plane. But now at least this airline they did that.
They probably decided that it wasn't really worth it. They're not that valuable.
Especially when you pay $2,000 for a lousy airplane ticket. Wow. The price of airplane fuel has gone up so much.
Yeah, it's true.
True that what? It hasn't gone up so much. Just the price of the airplane has gone up so much. Whatever. Doesn't really make a difference. If you got to go, you got to go.
That's right.
Okay. All right. We are in Sefer Nehemia. And we are in the middle of all of the names from the Sefer Yachas, all the families.
Right.
Oh, and I wanted to look up this Gemara. I wanted to look up this Gemara. They quoted over here a Gemara in Kedushin, 70a. These are the names of places in Bavel. Those listed here were base born according to Jewish law, not permitted to marry into Jewish community.
Let me go
So,
get my Kedushin, 70A.
yeah, it's towards the end of the Masechta. It's only 80. What is it? 82. 82 daf. Kedushin.
Okay, I'm on 70A.
Okay. This is in Perek Revi'ah, Sarah Yuchsin, Olami Bavel. That's the first Mishnah in the Perek.
First Mishnah. Let's see. I don't see a Mishnah. We're on 70A.
Mishnah lists 10 different 10 different categories of genealogy in Klal Yisrael that that came up to Eretz Yisrael from Bavel.
Are we on 70A, Rabbi?
Kohani, Kohanai, Levi, Israeli, Halale. So the first three are kosher, and then you have all the other ones. Okay, so we are in the Gemara over here, and we're going to look for a pasuk. Oh, Roy's coming in. We're looking for a pasuk in Nehemia, and here we go.
Rabbi,
We have actually 3 psukim in Nehemia on this Amud. How do you like that?
Good morning, Rabbi Levitt, and good morning, Lou, again.
So, let's see. First, there's a pasuk in Ezra. It came up with Ezra, Gere v'charure. Okay, that's not the pasuk we're supposed to study here. And came up also Mamzeri. Minolan, how do we know that? Vidiksiv, because it says in the pasuk in Nehemia, V'yishma Sanbalat, Acharoni, Betuvia, Ha'eved, Ha'amoni, Uksiv, and then it says further on in Nehemia, Hirabim Yehuda Bale Shvua Lo. Because there was a lot of this pasuk we already learned. There was a lot of the sarim, of the ministers, the bigwigs that amongst the Jews of Yehuda that were Bale Shvua to Tuvia. In other words, they were sworn they had sworn their allegiance to him. Hichastanhu, the Shechanya ben Orach, because this Tuvia, the Gemara says, he was a son-in-law by Shechanya ben Orach, who was a sar, and he was a gadol b'Yisrael. What exactly does that mean? Okay, anyway, so we're getting a little bit over here, not too much, maybe a little bit more. You see where I'm reading from, by the way?
No.
This is like the first couple lines on Ayin Amid Aleph.
he can't hear us, Roy.
So
I can.
He doesn't
Laura
have his
is
earphones.
just asking for sources. Where does the Mishnah know that all these different psulim, mamzerim, and harurim came up to Eretz Yisrael from Baba with Ezra or with Nehemia.
So, Lou, do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's on 70A1.
Okay.
He's in Kedushin. He's looking up
Looking for another pasuk here.
reference to Kedushin.
Oh, I see. All right. So,
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
all right. Okay.
Okay, so those are two psukim in Nehemia that we found.
I tried calling him, but he didn't answer the phone.
And furthermore, it's talks about Yehochanan beno. Oh, he was the son of Shechania. Lokach esbas Meshulam ben Brechia, who was a sar and a nechbad by Yisrael. So we can include Nimsa Shbalias Ezra Hayu Mamzerim. That was supposed to prove that with the aliyah of Ezra, there were mamzerim that came up. Sharei habonim shenoldu letubia ubito shel shechanya bekain habonim shenoldu liyehochanan ubito shel meshulam hayu mamzerim. Those children were mamzerim. Sava Ovid Kochavim the Eved Haba al Bas Yisrael Havlad Mamzer. Oh, was wondering why they are mamzer? Because the Mishnah holds that a non-Jew or an Eved who's Bo Bas Yisrael and there's a child, the Vlad would be a mamzer. Because this opinion holds that if there's no tefisas kedushin between the mother and the father, so the vlad would be a mamzer. So in other words, just like you would have if the mother and the father were Jews, but there was an Issachorus involved, so then the blood would be a mamzer because there's no tefisas kedushin in such a case. So to over here, in the case of a Eved or a case of a Ovid Kochavim, so the Vlad, there's no tefisas kedushin over there either. What's the problem? You can't hear?
You can't hear us.
Oh, 1 second. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. So I couldn't hear you because I was plugged into the earphone.
I tried chatting to you and you didn't see it, and I tried calling you on the phone and you didn't answer.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
You've been going on, and I've been trying to figure out where you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was reading the Gemara, and then I look and I see there's a hand over there in the picture over here. I said, oh, there must be something wrong. What's going on? I look and I say, oh, it looks like my audio is working.
I'm just going to move. So I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got up to get the Gemara. I took off my earphones, and I came back and I didn't put them back on. So
Right.
from the whole time that I was reading the Gemara, you okay. Oh, you could hear me, but I can't hear you. That's the thing.
That's right. Yeah, I could tell why. I could see you didn't have your earphones in. So I sent you a chat that said, put your earphones in, but you didn't see it.
Oh, I see. I have a chat here now. Okay. 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 Sorry about that. So we are in Maseches Kedushin, Daf Ayin Amid Aleph. and I even read from the Mishnah, the beginning of the parak. This is a parak called the Sarah Yuchsin. There's 10 different Yuchasin, different categories of genealogical descent in Klal Yisrael that came Sha'olu mi Bavel, that came up from Bavel, and where did they come up to? They came up to Eretz Yisrael,
Right.
and that's the Mishnah. The Mishnah is on Samach Tes Amid Aleph, and so it lists all the different categories of yichus. First, it lists Kohane, Levi, Yisraelai, and then all the ones that have a bit of a difficulty, an issue with their yichus. Chalalai, Girai, Charurai, Mamzirai, Messinai, Shtuki Vasufi. So the psukim in Nehemia are there's 3 psukim on. If you take a look now on Daf Ayin Amid Aleph, you'll see in the Torah Or the lineup of the psukim that the Daf is going to mention, and you see right away you got all the psukim from our Sefer Nehemia. We have 3 of them.
Right.
And also pasuk in Ezra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the Gemara starts from the second line from the top. The Gemara wants to know, from where do you know that Mamzerim came along up to Bavel? And so the Gemara quotes our psukim in Nehemia, and that's what we were saying, that there was intermarriage between these two enemies that were trying to. They were the two that were prominently mentioned as being the opponents, the antagonists to Klal Yisrael coming up to Eretz Yisrael, building a base of Mikdash, building the walls of Yerushalayim, that there should be a secure presence of Klal Yisrael in Yerushalayim. Sanballat and Tubia. So it would seem like from the Ar Gemara that this Tubia was a non-Jew, or he was an Eved, either one.
My English says an Ammonite slave.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of strange. Why would a nobleman, an important person in Klal Yisrael, why would he want to have any connection with some slave from a foreign nation? I don't know, but I guess whatever. I guess whatever it was. And the other one is named Sambalat. He's also over here. Okay. So.
And it says that both Tuvia and his son married Jewish women.
Yeah. So. So maybe the point is it really that we don't know? Okay. So the way our note is presenting the matter, okay. Anyway, fine. Let's leave it at that. So that's what we are. Is there another pasuk in Nehemia that's over here? I just saw two over there. Sanballat, and then there was Elah Ha'olim. Oh, that's the other one that we'd like. That's actually our pasuk that we just read yesterday. It's Dalit in the Torah Ora Sholem in on your Daf Ayin in Kedushin. The Elah Ha'olim Mitail Melach. So that's the fourth pasuk in listed on the page. We didn't read that one yet. Looking for it right now.
Gesund.
Thank you. Ah,
Oh, here it is. Oh, so in other words, mhm. Let's see. It should be right here. Amar Rabba Bar of Chana, Kol Hanose Isha She'eno Hogeneslo, Mala Lav Akosov Ki'ilu, Harsho Lekol Ha'olam, Kuloi, Zaro Melach. This is it's about 20 lines down. The last two words on the line. The first word on the line is Amar. Amar Odom. Afapisha Shmo Atzmom. Namar Hein Hashuvim Lifnei HaKoruf. And then it says Amar Rabba Bar Chana. Okay, so now that we've mentioned Agav Shahusker Durasha Sapasik Elah Ha'olim Mitel Melach. Oh, it sounds like, did we have a mention of this pasuk even before this? Yes, we did. We had mention of this pasuk beforehand. 1 second. So we even okay. Oh, that's what the Gemara said. I'm reading just now from the middle of the fifth line from the top. Hanich lemanda Omer havlad mamzer el lemanda Omer havlad kosher Michael Memar. There's a machlekes tanoim whether the vlad is in fact kosher or puzzle when the father is a non-Jew. There's an opinion that the vlad is kosher, not a mamzer. V'su mimai the havule b'nei dilmolo havule b'nei. Imai the hacha havulahu v'saliku dilma hosam havu elami hacha. 1 second. What's the Gemara saying over here? Now the Gemara wants to know, from where do we know that there was banim that was born to these these Tuvia and Yehochanan from the daughter of Shechania and from the daughter of Meshulam, and that they were mamzerim. Maybe they didn't have any. Maybe they didn't have any children. Maybe they didn't have sons. Question number one. Vasu. And question number two. From where do we know that they were initially in Babel and then they came up with Ezra to Eretz Yisrael? Maybe they were from the ones that was always there before that time. Really? In other words, the Gemara is entertaining the possibility that these two noblemen, Shechania and Meshulam, they were left over in Eretz Yisrael already from the time of Gedaliah ben Achikam. You know when that time was? That was in the time of shortly after the Chorban Bayis Rishon. That's the whole story with Som Gedaliah. That there was, in fact, a remnant of Klal Yisrael that was still in Eretz Yisrael after Chorban Bayis Rishon, and this Gedaliah ben Achikam, he was a tzaddik. He was appointed the head of the Yishuv of the Sheri Sapleta, those that remained in Eretz Yisrael. And maybe these two were they never went to Babel. They were always there. And while they were there, their daughters married these two non-Jews. And so, if so, we don't have what the Mishnah told us. The Mishnah told us that there was those that came up from Bavel with Ezra that were mamzerim. That's interesting. How that they would remain there. They remain there. I thought that after Gedaliah was assassinated, that's why we have a Som Gedaliah. The Jewish settlement was finished, but the Gemara is entertaining the possibility that maybe there was people that was still there. Maybe the majority ran away; they were afraid, but some of them stayed. So if so, the Gemara says, "Oh, we don't have a raya from that pasuk. We do have a raya from this pasuk. We're looking for a proof that there was mamzerim that came up from Bavel." Elamihacha. This is our pasuk in Nehemia that we read yesterday. Perek Zayin pasuk Samach Aleph 61. Ve'ela ha'olim b'teil melach, teil harsha, keruv adon ve'omar v'lo yochlu lahagid beis avosam. They weren't able to say which house their father was belonging to. V'zaram im Yisrael heim, and their genealogy as Yisrael. So interesting. It sounds like the Gemara is darshaning the names of the places. Teil Melach, Elu B'nei Adam, Shedomim, Maasehem, Lemaase Sodom, Shenahafcha L'Teil Melach. How do you like that? The why do they call it that they came from this place Teil Melach? Because we know Teil is a hill, a mountain, and melach is salt. So these are the people that are comparable in their actions, in their misdeeds, to the misdeeds of the people of Sodom. And what does Sodom have to do over here? Shenefcha l'tel melach. It's just like the people of Sodom were very porous in the avera of Gili Arias, and that their children were mamzerim. Now, when it comes to non-Jews, there's really no such a thing as a mamzer. But what we mean, we don't mean a halachic mamzer. We mean a in we mean that that there was adultery, and it means that there were forbidden relationships. Yeah. Okay. And what happened? Shenhefchu l'teil melach. Well, that was a pillar of stone of salt, but that just happened to, I thought, to Lot's wife. Okay. Why are they mentioning? Okay, no, I think that's what it means. It just means it reminds us of Sodom. Is when we think of Sodom, we think of, oh yeah, Tel Melach. Okay. And then the Gemara darshans Tel Harsha. Shekora Abba v'imoy mishatakto, which is like the person who has the Mishnah calls them they're a shtuki. When the child calls him Abba, so the father says shh. You know what that's all about. So they were not. So that's what it means. They weren't able to say who their father's house was, who their father was. And whether their Vazarim, whether their mother was Mi Yisrael. That would be an Asufi. Asufi is from the word La Sof, to gather up. They were gathered up. The infant was gathered up from somewhere, and it wasn't clear who was the parents. Somebody gathered in this infant. It's not known. Maybe they're not even. Maybe their mother was not even a Yisrael. Okay. So here so from these psukim, the Gemara is darshaning. More darshan is another one also that we see that the way the Gemara is darshaning, there was people of questionable yichus that came up from Bavel to Eretz Yisrael. Okay. Oh, ready to conclude. Okay. Very good.
Thank you,
Okay,
Rabbi.
everybody.
All
Have
right,
a good
thank you.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos to all.
Good
Bye.
Shabbos, Roy.
Bye.
Good Shabbos,
Bye.
Lou.
Bye.
Enjoy your cholent. And